Heroes aren't born, they're made. But some heroes are just destined for greatness via divine intervention. Take Hercules, the son of Zeus and champion defender of Greece, and Simon Belmont, a vampire slayer who has a long family history of defeating Dracula. Two holistic heroes fighting for good, but only one will continue to spread the good word after this fight. Today, we find out who that is. Today, we rewind rumble. Hercules has made multiple appearances across multiple series. He has battled Kratos in Cartoon Fight Club, teamed up with Team Disney in the Disney vs. Nick Total War, and has gone the distance in universes over on Leo's channel. If you want to learn about Hercules in depth, you can visit those episodes. As this is a bonus episode, we'll mainly focus on Simon Belmont. Outside looking in, Simon Belmont is one of the most legendary vampire hunters during the 17th century. Forget just vampire slaying, can you name anyone else from the 17th century that was epic? Okay, besides him. Oh, okay, the 17th century had some cool dudes, but Simon was still one of those cool dudes. So these things are all true, but if we take a deeper look, you'll realize that he actually comes from a long line of vampire hunters from the Belmont clan. The Belmont clan was not formed with the purpose of destroying creatures of the night. At first, they preferred peace over violence. Violence was forced upon them into a world of constant defending when their hometown of Transylvania was under a great threat. Around the year 1476, Count Dracula waged war upon humanity. What were his reasons? Well, some could say a thirst for blood, but that's kind of obvious. The most important thing is that no other person, man, woman, anyone on Earth was able to stand up against Dracula's forces. The church was running out of options until you-know-who came to save the day. That's right, it was the Belmont family. Fast forward a few generations, Simon is born roughly around the year 1699. Simon grew up hearing legends of his great ancestors who defeated Dracula. This inspired him to train at an early age and practice the ways of the whip. At the age of 22 in 1691, Simon was given the battle to prove himself worthy of his family's legacy. On Easter Day, 100 years after Dracula was defeated by Christopher Belmont, Dracula returns. Dracula was reawakened by a dark order of humans on Easter Day during a dark mass in an abandoned monastery. Simon was determined to end the threat of the new reign of terror and entered Dracula's castle all alone to face the Count. Simon slew Dracula's servants and then faced Dracula once and for all. Scratch that, they fought many times. You know what they say, history repeats itself. So Simon doesn't face Dracula once. Dracula is a pretty persistent fella. Even Batman had to fight him multiple times. That should show you how Dracula works. Dracula even survived being voiced by Adam Sandler. This is a powerful dude. And since you know who and what Simon constantly battles against, it's time we talk about how he battles. Simon's go-to weapon of choice is his iconic whip, the Vampire Killer. It's even got a name of obvious intent. The Vampire Killer is a legendary whip of the Belmont clan, which has been wielded by several heroes throughout centuries in their quest to stop Dracula, who is a vampire. The Vampire Killer is directly connected to the Belmont bloodline, which means any member of the clan can wield it, but if you're not a member of the clan, if you're not a family member, the whip will slowly drain your life away. It's also a holy whip and is lethal to demonic entities. Simon also carries daggers, axes, holy weapons, a holy cross, holy water, a Bible, a stopwatch, and the Sacred Flame. The Sacred Flame is a mystical flame which Simon can cast towards demonic foes. Upon contact, the flame ignites great damage while simultaneously weakening their own abilities. As a Belmont, Simon possesses control over holy magic. This trait has been present in the Belmont clan since its creation. He can perform many fire, stat boosting, and anti-vampire specific spells. Simon may be a man of many victories, but that doesn't mean he's flawless. One of Simon's main weaknesses is that his Vampire Killer shares health with his own physical body, so the more damage Simon personally takes, the weaker his whip becomes, resulting him in losing the ability to dish out stronger attacks during a prolonged fight. Overall, Simon is a skilled warrior whose training his whole life to defeat Dracula has proved worthy, as lo and behold, Simon did great deeds that his previous family members of the Belmont clan have done.
And now, let's get ready for the fight. This battle will take place on Earth, and remember, there is no prep time. Let the battle begin!
That's cool.
Give it up! Be gone! This ought to even the odds! Another TKO for the home team! Game's over. Curses! Say goodnight, ugly. I vanquish the darkness!
Knockout!
Hopefully you enjoyed that animation, and if you did, super special thanks to Team Animation Rewind's Chef Boy Armani. Thanks, and enjoy the post-analysis. And the winner is Simon Belmont. Hercules would put up a solid fight, but ultimately there are a number of reasons why Simon can add demigod slaying to his list of vampire slaying on his resume. Of course, it's important to note that there are multiple incarnations of Hercules and multiple incarnations of Simon. This, of course, was Castlevania Simon versus Disney Hercules. Marvel Hercules or classic mythology Heracles would have quite possibly brought out a different outcome. Castlevania Simon can directly scale to Dracula. This Dracula was powerful enough to warp an entire dimension. At worst, this dimension has been seen and proven to warp multi-solar systems, as we see multiple stars and a supermassive black hole warping such stars under Dracula's control. And at best, Simon can scale to the Time Reaper, who is able to erase the very fabric of time and destroy the Castlevania timeline until you-know-who saved that world. Disney Hercules was able to defeat all 4 titans by throwing them into space, and if we lowball the weight of these titans to 4 mountains, that would be at least 600 billion tons. To put this in perspective, for an 80,000-pound spaceship to be launched into space, it needs at least 7.2 million pounds of force to do so. So for a 600 billion ton mesh of titans to be launched into space, Hercules would need to use at least 36 trillion tons of force for 600 billion tons of matter to escape Earth's gravity and reach space. The strongest nuke has about 2 million tons of force, so to put that into perspective, that's like 36 trillion tons of force or 18 million nuclear bombs to launch 4 titans into space. Hercules has the power of 18 million nuclear bombs. This can translate to large multi-planet level of force. The problem is, at Hercules' best, this would still not compare to Simon's worst of being at least multi-solar system level. Simon can also arguably blitz Hercules. Simon is far faster than Paranoia, who is a demon that has confirmed light speed attacks, and Dracula warped entire stars in a matter of seconds. This can scale Simon to having MFTL plus reaction and combat speeds. Disney Hercules' fastest speed feats would be reacting to his father's lightning, which would make him at best massively hypersonic plus. So via speed blitz and an incomparable striking strength gap, the winner of this rumble is Simon Belmont. Now, as stated earlier, there are multiple incarnations of Hercules, so if you want to see a rematch with Marvel Hercules, all you have to do is like this video. If this video gets 4,000 likes, such a rematch will be put into production. Don't forget to comment down your own ideas, and stay tuned as the next fighters are going to be revealed.
On the next episode of Rewind Rumble.